Alright guys, for today's tutorial, we're going to be talking lighting. Will Mydell back again for the Creative Core, the go-to for visuals and digital design marketing for today's influencers and businesses. Alright, so today we're going to be taking the image that I shot and we're going to be breaking it down, showing you guys how we lit the models, how we lit the scene, and we're also going to show you how we retouched the image in post-production. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. Alright you guys, so as you can see we have this image here that I shot of these three beautiful models with these what's these fairy tale type of dresses, these beautiful dresses we have here, and we have a red, we have a light blue, we have a medium blue dress on this huge couch. The shoot was for a hairstylist that I've worked with in the past. He does a lot of creative hairstyles, some big, some small, usually big. He loves to do huge avant-garde like pieces that takes like sometimes months to create, but this one where we're just shooting for a hair magazine, I think Hair You Wear magazine. I can't remember the name of the magazine, but it was a hair editorial. But we hooked up with a boutique locally that was willing to donate some dresses, and we shot this at a store that was closing down, a furniture store, and they were relocating, so they were letting us use the location until they got all the furniture out and into the next building, which was nice. So let's take a look at the next image, and here's Tim, as you can see, sitting on this huge couch. As you can see, the way I lit it, I have a light right above his head right there. That's going smaller. There we go. And as you can see, this couch is huge. Okay, I mean, this is like a big kid's couch. You know, you can see my C-stand over here, the sandbag, and as you can see, it's gonna be a lot of things I'm gonna have to retouch. Like there's a lot of lint, dust on the ground. You know, some guys wouldn't mind not retouching that, they wouldn't care, they just focus on the model. But if this was a commercial shot, you would have to take care of that, because the client is not going to be happy with the final image if you don't take care of that stuff. Okay, so moving along to the next image. And the look on these models' faces are priceless. I mean, look at this chick, man. She's just like why am I here? Like, seriously. Yeah, nice dress though. I mean, as you can see the lamp, like you see the ground is a little brighter because I'm making adjustments as I go. And she's like, okay. Did I leave the stove on? Yeah, that was kind of corny. But you know, I was playing around with the lights, making adjustments, and wow, look at these faces. Jeez, killer. It's almost like I wish he'd hurry up and finish setting up his lights, because I have to go. I have things to do. You know, that's why I love taking off shots, you know, like behind the scenes shots, so you could just see people's faces and their reactions. It's just priceless. You just sit and wonder what they're thinking. I mean, they were cool though. You know, I'm just in my little world, you know. It's like, I guess they're getting into character, you know. She's like, I really have to go. I really don't want to be here. She's like, ugh, I have to sit next to her. Okay, so yeah, let's move into the diagram over here. As you can see, what we have. This is how I had it set up. I had the light stand. Okay, get my just right here, and I had a boom going over the chair with a parabolic. I think I had a Westcott. It was like a 7-foot silver. Yeah, it was like silver and black. I got from B&H or Amazon, I can't remember. I think it was like $100 though. Really nice, produces nice light. As you can see, it covers the whole couch, and that's what I needed, something to cover that whole couch. And I had two Fotodiox 24 by 80 soft boxes with grids on them, and I had my camera set up back here with the tripod, and that's pretty much. I used a 3 light setup with this, and that's what I used. You know, I'm gonna show you some clips from the video, behind the scene video that I took. Yeah, you can see these models just like chilling. And you can see the sandbags over here on the C-stand. You can see some of the furniture still left, and the softbox over here with the grid. I pulled down halfway, and then I pulled it down kind of like all the way close to the bottom, because with the grid it was keeping away too much light, and I needed lit a certain type of way. So the beauty thing about the grids is that you don't have to use the whole grid covering the whole softbox. You can pull it down halfway and just, you know, block off a certain amount of light in certain areas that you want, and that's what I had to do. Take a look at another clip, and that's me. I think I had a Canon T2i at the time, and that's a 24 to 70 2.8 L USM standard zoom Canon lens, and I needed something wide, which worked out great to cover that whole area. And as you can see, the grid, you know, I pulled down, and the models are just looking blah right there. And as you can see, the parabolic I have just sitting up there above them to light everything, which is what I love about that 7-foot, because the umbrella, because it's light. You know, they have the Avenger boom, but you know, it's real light. You know, it won't move left and right, it won't shake. And like if I had my 7-foot, you know, softbox, that'd be kind of heavy. You know, I have to get more sandbags, and there's a possibility that it might rock left or right. You know, so with the umbrella, it's kind of light and it'll stay in one spot, and that's why I chose to go that route. I think I don't know what I was asking them at the moment, but and we're just making some final adjustments, and we have Tim going over making final adjustments. Oh, there we go, with the model's hair. And we have the makeup artist over here chilling on his phone. Right behind him, I think I have a Canon T2i, and I have my 50mm on that for behind the scenes footage. And you know, we're just making final looks before we continue. I think by then I already had the light set up, and as you can see, I have my wireless remote just dangling and hanging from the bottom of the boom. I think it's what's the name of that remote? Yongnuo. It's a fairly cheap wireless adapter. It's like around $32 off Amazon. And based off the light, here I go pulling down the grid again, because I wanted some more light to come in at the top, and I left the grid on at the bottom because I wanted some shadow underneath the model's legs, and I just wanted to highlight the top part of the couch. Alright, next video. And here we go, we're just shooting. As you can see, I'm tethering to my computer, which is over here on the left, and I have the grid dangling, and yeah. Alright, so let's get into the image and show you what we did. This is another image we took also, another final image. This is not the one I'm going to show you that we broke down on the retouch, but this is another final image after we've retouched everything. Alright. Okay, let me get to file. Here we go. Okay, so let's do a little quick breakdown right quick. This is the original image, as you can see. Alright, get my pencil. Let me get my pencil out. There we go. Alright, so I like this image, but the thing is, the model over here on the left, well, let's go back one. Alright, the model over here on the left, I didn't like the top part of her body. Okay, so what I did is I brought in another image that I actually did like the top part of her body, and I masked it out. Alright, as you can see, the mask, I just took a mask and I replaced the top part. You know, I don't know, a lot of people don't do that. You know, I don't know why, but I mean, if you have multiple images, you know, get into the habit of, I know a lot of people say get it right in camera, get it right in camera. Well, me personally, I like to shoot a lot of images. You know, I'm like, I'm Austin Powers, I'm snapping. You know, if I don't like it, I delete it later, or I'll keep it on my hard drive so I can use the images for tutorials like what I'm doing right now, or if I want to practice retouching or do something creative. So that's what I did, and then I made a stamp, and I went in and did some soft retouching, and I cleaned the floor. And don't worry about this dress right here. I went and fixed this, and I know a lot of people seeing this like, oh, well, you didn't fix that. Well, we fixed it later after I re-noticed it. But after I made a stamp, I went in and did clean up on the floor. As you can see, removed all that lint. It's very important. Clean all that up. And even removed the leg from the bottom of the C-stand right there. Alright, there we go. Alright. So then after we did some retouching on the skin, some soft retouching, I went and did some dodging and burning on the models, which first starting with the dresses, and then we did one over here on the left, then went to the middle and to the right. And then what I did, I masked out the the chair with a select color adjustment layer, and I darkened it. The reason I did that because it added more, it drew more attention to what I wanted the attention to be, which is these chicks right here. Alright, so that's what I wanted, and I thought the wall was a little too bright, so what I did, I just darkened the wall, and as you can see, everything in the middle is just like popping right now because I darkened the wall. You know, so I mean, when you're retouching, you want to look at things that's, you know, catching the eye and what you want the viewer to look at, and you know, work around, find a way to creating your workflow to make, you know, what you want to stand out. You know, you might have to erase some things, eliminate some things, like I did with the lint on the floor. You know, I knew people would have been looking at that, so you know, I got rid of it. And a little stand down at the bottom, you know, somebody would have, oh, there's a stand looking at it. So yeah, darken the wall. Next, I mean, was just the, you know, to wrap up, I just did some of my personal color correction on the models. I added a selective color on the dress in the middle because it was pinkish to me. It was kind of pinkish, even though it is red. I just wanted a little more deeper red, and then I went and brightened that red up a little more. Then I added another selective layer to kind of make all the model skin pop. I think I added some yellows. Then I added a black and white layer to kind of give it a darker vintage look. And I added another one to add on the dress also. And then the overall gradient map. And then some levels. And that was it. And then a sharpening mask. I know a lot of people are like, well, why didn't you just leave this layer off and just leave that color like that? Well, I mean, it was just my personal preference. I kind of like this look, you know, and that's how we retouched the image. You know, basically went from here to here, you know. So, or if I leave the black and white layer off, we can say that we went from here to here. Still a good look. Image pops out, looks great. So that's our breakdown for the day. Hope you guys learned something. 3 light setup, parabolic. You're looking for a way to light overhead. You know, that's how he did it. That's how we did it. Using only 3 lights. You know, all of the lights were soft except the parabolic. We could have put a diffuser on it, but we didn't. I kind of wanted the light to hit as hard as possible up top and to cover as much. And that's what it did. So thank you guys for watching, and you know, drop a comment, please. Subscribe to the site, to the page, not to the site. Go check out our site also. Follow me on Instagram at Will Mydell and Mr. Mydell. And if you guys want to learn about something that I haven't posted on our page yet, you know, feel free to drop us an email here. And check you guys later.